Are you serious?
So, welcome to How to Kill an Hour. I'm Marcus Bronzy.
And I'm Funk Butcher.
And there's plenty of ways to kill some time out there. Right now, you're killing some time with us. Quite obviously, we are not in the studio. Can we just explain why, please? And why this is such a good noise at this time of year? This noise.
That would have been more impressive if you did it yourself, like the guy from like the guy from Police Academy.
Oh, what if I did it without actually touching the can? Just
Jones. That's quite good, you know.
Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah, we are outside because it is cooking. It's hotter than ever.
It's hotter than... I picked up my dad from the airport yesterday, and it was hotter in at Heathrow Airport.
Hit with the facts.
It's hotter in Heathrow Airport than it was... It's hotter in the UK than it was in Nigeria yesterday. Wow. And hotter than Africa. Let's just get that right. Hotter than Africa.
We're Lagos certified.
Yeah. Bearing in mind it is rainy season out there, but...
Lagos certified heat. But you still have people planning their getaways. Why? Stay here, man. Enjoy the sun. Perfect staycation weather. Oh, this is the sort of weather that you need to just stay in. Yeah.
Because why would you go to Spain? In fact, Spain's apparently a bit hotter than the UK, but then that's like Dubai heat. That's unbelievable. It's unreasonable.
What's Dubai? Dubai's like in the 40s, isn't it?
Yeah, 40s plus. Yeah. It's long.
Cooking.
But what I have liked is getting my toes out at every available opportunity. Mm-hmm. Wearing shorts. I'm a shorts guy. You're a shorts guy.
Sometimes I get my pins out.
Yeah. All right.
You got your sun factor.
I got my factor 50 on.
Factor 50.
Why'd you take the mick out? I mean, like we were. So there's an episode coming up where we do some outside activities, and
that's why I brought it up again.
And and I was like, and producer Molly's with us. I was like, Molly, can you pass me the factor 50? And Fun went, you use sun cream? I went, yeah, and you just went, I'll burn, you know.
Really?
I will burn. Yeah, I will burn. If I put factor 50 on there, I'll get a nice tan.
I saw this horrible picture circulating the internet. This guy who laid out in the sun.
Yeah.
And his shoulder blades got burned, and he looked like bacon.
It's not nice. Sunburn's not. I've never had proper sunburn because I'm safe.
Yeah.
But it's not a nice feeling.
Yeah.
It's not a nice feeling. Shout out to all my Ed Sheerans out there.
Factor 50.
They're like, go wear factor 50 in winter.
Is that under the counter stuff? I've never seen factor 50
before.
Factor
50 exists.
Really?
I use the kids version as well. It stays on for extra long. Anyway, we have got a nice announcement to make. So myself and Funk, Nick Bright are going to be down at the Shout Out Festival. Shout Out Live. It's a festival for podcasts taking place on the 5th of August, Bedford Way. #SoLiveFest is how you can get all the information for it on social media. Now, as well as having a whole heap of great UK talent like How to Kill an Hour, 90s Baby Show,
Melanin Millennials,
Mostly Lit.
I like that one. It's like a tongue twister.
Melanin Millennials.
Yeah.
Melanin Millennials.
Red, yellow.
Yeah, I can't do it. I'm rubbish at that. So loads of great UK podcasts. Blackticulate, Off the Cuff, Pink Matter. Seriously. They've also got BuzzFeed's Another Round with Heben and Tracy. The Friend Zone. And also, most recently, there's been a big announcement, hasn't there?
That's something I've never been in.
The Friend Zone. Jeez.
I always escape.
Shout out to my Friend Zoners.
Yeah.
Friend Zone for life.
Trapped in there. Life sentence.
Life sentence, Friend Zone. So what's the big announcement, though? Who's going to be down there?
You tell him.
Brilliant Idiots. Brilliant Idiots. Coming all the way from New York. Charlemagne the God and Andrew Schultz. I'm a big fan of that podcast, you know. It's there's a lot of podcasts out there that do raw, off the cuff chat, and they do it all right.
Yeah.
But these guys are fabulous at it. They're very funny and very entertaining.
I think collectively it's like the podcasting version of Avengers. I think you're in for a treat, a delight. Podcast Utopia.
Yeah, that's the So Live Fest. That's going to be a big one. So get down there. You can get your tickets by going to... I've got the website right here, actually.
And it's on a Saturday?
SoLiveFestival.com. Saturday the 5th of August, 2017. Catch us down there and catch all of that amazing talent down there as well.
Hopefully the weather will be like this.
No, hopefully it's not. If it's like this, I don't want to be in there.
You don't want to be cooking?
It'll be too hot. No, it's in a festival with loads of bodies inside.
Yeah.
Oh, no way. I want it to be like warm as soon as we leave.
They'll have fans there, man.
Of course there'll be fans.
Yeah. And I'm sure they'll have a booth with your Factor 50 as well.
For indoors. The indoors version. So how have you been killing time this week, Funk?
I have jumped back on the Nintendo Switch.
Hadouken! Yeah.
That's the one with the bit of melody. Soulful.
I do.
Soulful Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Motown Street Fighter.
Soul Fighter. So yeah, what have you been? You've been back on the Street Fighter.
Yeah, I've been back on the Street Fighter.
What has drawn you back to this game?
Do you know what it is? I've been neglecting Street Fighter. I wanted it so badly, but I still have unfinished business with Zelda, and the last boss of Zelda was frustrating me a little bit. So I'm one of those. Do you know what? It's funny because I look at my son. He's exactly like me. When he gets frustrated with a game, he just goes on to the next one. But that's the point. Like,
is that what you do?
Yeah. I just got frustrated with Zelda. The last boss was just pissing me off. So I went back to Street Fighter to try and clock it, and then that pissed me off because it's unreasonably hard for the normal mode kind of thing. So
just put it on easy.
No, but I don't want to. I'm not you know.
I do. I put it on easy.
Let's draw a distinction. Yeah, you zip through games because you put it on easy.
Yeah. I'm all about the story.
I'm calling you, and I think to myself, like, he's got a better gamer than me. How's he clocked this game already? And I find that you got it on easy setting. That's what the secret is.
There's one game that I won't be playing on easy.
What's that?
I'll be building up the CCs as I continue to clock each and every cup.
Oh, so you play Mario Kart on easy as well?
Nah, but you have to clock all of the cups. So I have done the lower level cups.
Yeah, well, I clock it on normal though.
What's normal then out of the CCs? If there's 50cc, 100, 150, 200, and then reverse.
The default mode that comes with the game when you load it up, that's normal settings.
I don't remember what that was. I don't remember what that was.
Wait till Billy hears this.
Listen, wait till I come and brush you guys. I think I'm almost
scandal.
ready. I'm ready.
This scandal is bigger than Comey and Trump, man. This is we need to bring
bigger than Harambe.
Bigger.
What that I've been playing.
This is like the Russia election hacking. The fact that you're using easy mode on Mario Kart.
No, I'm not now, but I have gone back to clock those cups.
So all your past conquests on the game are practically void.
I still beat other humans. I'm still good at beating other humans as well. I'm ready. I'm ready to go online. I've even got my Switch here.
Humans below the age of 5.
So you've been back on Street Fighter then. So what is it? Has it been because you really have just had enough of Zelda? Is that
no, never. That game is amazing. 15 out of 10.
Okay.
I just literally wanted to try and improve my
Hadouken.
Yeah, Hadouken.
Okay.
The way of the Hadouken.
Is there like a particular sticking point as a boss, or is it just sort of a certain character?
No, do you know what they've got this setting which I found in Injustice 2 as well when I was playing that, when you're literally kind of got a millimeter left of their energy bar, and then they start to crank it up a notch, and it just ticks me off, kind of thing. So, but I'm not a quitter. I've got quite a competitive edge, so I keep it on the normal mode and keep cracking away at it. But yeah, that's how I've been killing time.
All right,
up into the wee hours of the night on the Ultra Street Fighter. That's what it's called.
Yeah,
Ultra Street Fighter.
You got the only copy of that, by the way.
Of course.
Yeah,
only copy in the UK.
Out of us lot. Oh, it's nice recording outside.
Yeah.
Should we do this more often when the weather's like this?
Yeah.
Anyway, how have I been killing time?
Summertime.
I made a big change, you know, Funk. Like something
into a woman.
No.
It's not that big then.
You have to live with
Molly's
the Kardashians. You have to live with the Kardashians. If you live with the Kardashians, something like that will happen to you.
Yeah.
I don't think any man has made it out of that whole family in any other shape or form. Then look at Rob. Poor Rob.
It's actually. Do you know they can make the Kardashians into a survival horror film?
Yes.
5 women. Will you survive your gender?
Just. Bruv, I don't think anyone comes out of that situation normal. That's trouble, man.
Will you have a drug addiction? Will you change your gender?
Yeah.
Game on. It's the new Saw. There's a Saw coming out this year, isn't it?
Yeah.
They always
think it's just going to be them?
Yeah. It's actually...
Is that the twist?
Yeah, it's actually going to be the mum on the tricycle with blusher on her face, like the little dolly.
Like Jigsaw. So anyway, I made a big change, Funk. For the first time, I think since 2009,
okay,
I swapped over from iPhone to a different type of phone.
Oh gosh,
I went over to the Android side. Not only that, I went back a little bit. It was like a kind of throwback Thursday for the last few weeks. I think about a week and a half actually. I've been on the BlackBerry KEYone.
We don't accept traders.
I've been on the I've been on the BlackBerry KEYone. Here it is. I'll throw it over to you. Can we just describe what it looks like, please?
Oh, just broken my arm.
Oh,
like.
it's not. It's big. It's a bit wider than an iPhone.
Can we just clarify that Mark just chucked a huge breeze block at me? No, this is the design is quite snazzy for a BlackBerry. They've come from the dead. It reminds me of the Michael Jackson Thriller video when the zombies just come alive. I never thought I'd see this again.
You never thought you'd see it again.
Yeah.
I mean, well, the whole thing behind it is they've tried to bring back, I think, the sort of reminiscence of the whole QWERTY keypad on the phone. Because first things first, the first thing you'll notice on the phone is that it's got a big screen.
Yeah.
Like most smartphones have, but it's got an actual keyboard at the bottom.
Yeah.
That BlackBerries used to have as well. And I think the whole point behind it is they kind of wanted to make a phone that was business ready. I feel like this is a businessman's phone. That's where they're going for. I feel like this is like something that they want to aim at young professionals or maybe slightly older professionals.
Okay, but shed some light on me on this, because how we left it in the last episode of the Life and Times of BlackBerry, they were moving into the software market and they were ditching the hardware. So what are they doing back with a handset again?
Well, clearly the information that we had was totally incorrect. Yeah, so they're back with this. It's a touchscreen phone, 4.5 inch. Let me go through the stats. 4.5 inch.
Give me the stats.
Touchscreen, 12 megapixel camera with autofocus and large pixel. I'll get back to the camera in a moment. Actually,
yeah, okay.
It's got it can support 2 terabyte micro SD cards. That's a lot of memory. 2 terabyte micro SD cards in your phone. So it doesn't come with one. I think you get like 32 gig. You know what's 2 terabytes.
You know what's crazy, because the Mac Pro's max storage space is 4 terabytes as well. So it's just
crazy, isn't it?
So
crazy, right?
Interesting. Okay.
Crazy.
Why would it need that much storage space though?
Again, if you're a business person and you're transferring big documents, you can throw them on there.
If you're Hillary Clinton, you need to hide all those emails in your phone.
Well, you know what? They've tried to. I feel like this is a business phone, because they've got the keyboard back. They've got also with the keyboard, you can swipe up and down it to swipe up and down the screen. And
I mentioned you saying before that the space bar on the QWERTY keyboard acts as the thumb recognition.
Yeah, the space bar on the keyboard is how you unlock the phone.
Okay.
Speaking of security, they've actually got this. I'll explain.
So they're kind of nicking some patents from iPhone, isn't they?
Oh well, everyone's got buttons that can read your thumbprint, but it's got this kind of interesting thing to get your security on point. It's called DTEK, DTEK by BlackBerry.
Okay.
It's this app and it does a security analysis of your phone, so it lets you know, like, fine, your data is encrypted, all your apps have the right sort of permission. It's telling me right now that my password isn't long enough, so I need a longer password. It's not nice being told it ain't long enough, is it? In any sense of the word. But yeah, it kind of tells you whether your phone is trustworthy. Because remember, Trump was walking around with like an unsecured BlackBerry, and I think Obama tried to do it as well.
Really?
Yeah, the battery's pretty good on it, and I don't know whether that's because
you're hardly using it.
I wasn't using it as much because I was getting used to the Android side of things. But I'll get onto the things that I struggled with. But as a phone, it was cool. It did its job.
From a design perspective, me good. As someone who hasn't used a BlackBerry since 2007, I think it's quite nice though.
Yeah, it does look good. The camera on it is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
it blows any iPhone I've used camera out of the water.
You can get your David Bailey on with those professional shots. And
what it does is it's got this in its photo app. It picks out photos that it thinks are nice. I don't know how it picks them out, and puts some of the filters on them to make them look even better. So. We'll put this up on the article as well.
So it picks
We'll put this in the article. That's a picture I took of just walking down. It looks like a flipping.
So it picks out your inferior selfies and adds a bit of sauce to them.
Yeah. So it's picked out a couple of portraits that I've taken because my face ain't good enough, and a picture of a dog wearing sunglasses that I took.
It says BlackBerry says, "Let me enhance this selfie," and then it sends it to the trash bin.
Yeah, so that's what it's good with it.
What's the price point, man? How much is it?
I want you to give it a guess.
This is where your shoulders drop.
Give it a guess. Give it a guess.
Okay. Multiplied by the fact BlackBerry been away for 10,000 years against the competitors, I'd say roughly. It's got a 4 within handset only.
Yeah.
Between 400 to 500 UK pounds.
Yeah, right. It's 500 quid at the moment in the UK.
Nice.
So that's quite a competitive pricing actually when you compare it to an iPhone. and it's got a better camera on it.
Because the iPhone 7, what is that? It's about 800, isn't it? Handset only?
Yeah, 800, and then they go up to like $1,000, don't they, when you get the full plus of everything. It's got a few other things like shortcuts on the QWERTY keypad. You can just press stuff, which takes you to whatever apps you want. You can reassign it. Batteries, like I said, battery's pretty good. What did I struggle with? If I'm honest, my main struggle was just getting used to Android. Because I'm not an Android.
Yeah.
I'm a human who's used to.
You're not a cyborg.
Like, yeah, I've been using something for 7 years. Yeah. So like, if I've been using, or 8 years, if I've been using a certain type of tech for 7 and 8 years, or a certain way of doing things, like, and there's no denying that the UI for iOS is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like that's what made it so popular.
Yeah.
So moving over to Android, I struggled to understand how certain things worked. Like, instead of swiping up here for a menu, you got to swipe down for a menu. But to be fair, I got used to it.
Okay.
But I don't know. I didn't feel. I think for me, the hardest thing is when I moved over, I had to leave stuff behind. So there's certain apps and stuff that I use as part of my business workflow that are iOS only ones.
And they don't have Android equivalents?
I didn't really find them.
Okay.
So there's probably the Google equivalents, but I've got, like, for example, a reminders app that I use to share tasks that need doing between people. And
I mean, for the kids that are,
I had to leave that.
Yeah, for the kids that are too young to remember Blackberries are serious people's phones. This ain't a phone. This ain't a phone you go out and buy for your Snapchat.
Nah. But now you can. But the front-facing camera was a bit whack though.
Okay.
It didn't really. I didn't feel like it had the same clarity as I think like all the extra juice you got from the main camera, you kind of lost a bit of the front-facing camera for selfies.
Well, here's a question for you, Mystic Meg. How well do you feel this handset's going to do? I think in the current market,
if they sell this as a business handset for businesses, for business use. I think it's good because knocking out an email on that keyboard was pretty good. Okay. When I had to knock out a big email or two.
Yeah. Such a small section of the market though to concentrate on.
It is, but it's I don't know. It's quite big because there's a lot of business phones out there.
Yeah.
I could see a few of my accountant friends.
Yeah.
Getting busy on it.
Oh, like businesses using it as company phones.
Yeah, company phones. I can see it like that. It's got the USB-C charger, which is kind of stepping towards the future, which is quite an interesting step from it. It means I can use my Nintendo Switch charger to charge it up, or use the BlackBerry charger to charge my Nintendo Switch, which was nice.
Yeah.
It's got all of the boost charging and stuff as well. So if you charge it into the relevant ports, it can actually do a boost charge where when you plug it in, press a button and it kind of lowers all the other facilities in the phone.
Yeah.
So it exerts less power and charges quite quick.
Yeah.
So yeah, for business, I feel like it's. If I'm honest, I would like to use it as a business phone now.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like
the iPhones play, but the BlackBerry can be the business side of things.
Yeah, it sounds like I'm coming down heavy on BlackBerry, but I'm not.
They
were trailblazers. I was actually a big fan of BlackBerry when I started working at Carphone Warehouse here, which is basically, funny enough, it's the UK equivalent of Best Buy, and they acquired Best Buy. And when they acquired Best Buy in around 2009, Carphone Warehouse in the UK made considerable losses and subsequently made me redundant. Yeah, cheers.
Really?
Yeah. So, but I mean, in regards to BlackBerry, they were trailblazers. I remember buying a BlackBerry, and they was the first phone to incorporate
leather at the back.
Yeah,
It had leather. The original,
leather.
Was it the Bold had leather?
Had leather, yeah.
Cartier leather,
which actually connects with my love for the funk group Cameo, which had leather and cod pieces. But moving on swiftly, they was the first handset to incorporate GPS into their handsets, and they did the deal with TomTom before anyone else. People, where have TomTom gone now? Obviously, no one uses TomTom anymore, but they incorporated TomTom into their handsets, and I guess iPhone just what's that Jay-Z line? You made it a hot line, I made it a hot song. Yeah, they just kind of took it a little bit further. Got to be honest though,
Carphone Warehouse.
Bless you.
Carphone Warehouse. That's probably like the worst name for that's in terms of future-proofing a name ever. Carphones do not exist now.
Exactly.
Anyway, moving on. But yeah, so that's it. That's the BlackBerry KEYone. I liked it. It's cool. Has a jack in it, which is quite a nice touch.
You need a suit to buy one. You can't buy one of these BlackBerries if you haven't got a suit on.
Maybe you have to know how to do a fancy tie.
Yeah.
Or maybe at least a bow tie to get one. But I liked it. But I've got to be honest. I've got it here next to me. I'm going to use it for the rest of today, and I have kind of missed just some of the simple things. Like, I like the podcast,
and you need to be paying 45% tax. This is the serious person.
Shout out to all my business people that know about those sorts of tax brackets out there. What else I've been killing time with? There's this thing called a Twist Plus World Charging Station.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the. Shall I go and get it?
Yeah,
Because we're outside right now.
Right.
Shall I? Can you feel for a bit?
Yeah.
By yourself.
Okay, I'll try.
Cool, safe.
Okay. So right now, Marcus is moving off swiftly in his pink shorts. Are they pink? Are they fuchsia? Salmon? Okay. Technically, in some aspects, that's called pink. He's going to get this twister. See, I'll stop right there because the only twister I know about is the ice lolly. Molly, do you know about any other twisters apart from? The game from the 80s that kind of died out when kids got their computer games. Oh, he's back again in his
what twister?
Quote unquote salmon shorts.
Twister. When I was walking down the street when I was about 8, I found a tenner on the floor.
Yeah.
And my dad said, "Oh, that's mine. I dropped it." And I said, "No, I saw it." And my dad said, "All right, I'll let you off." And then he went, "You have to buy something to share."
Dropped
with
it in the
family.
future.
I couldn't keep the tenner and buy sweets with it. He made me buy Twister. I mean, no, he asked me to choose something to share with my siblings, and I chose to buy Twister. Was that a good option?
I'm just confused. You found a tenner,
Yeah.
on
the floor.
in the floor ahead of you,
Yeah.
and your dad said he dropped it in the future.
This is the sort of thing he'd say. That's mine. So this is the Twist Plus World Charging Station.
Okay.
Now this is something because we've actually got some moves and some things that we got to do overseas, and actually now's a great time of year to discuss something like this because we are a nation of people over here in the UK that need to get out to warm places. So we go on holiday. A lot of us have laptops.
Yeah.
And this one is specifically designed for the MacBook Pro, the MacBook. And basically it replaces the chunky plug that you use with their own bit of chunky plug.
Okay.
And it's basically does as it says on the tin. You twist it and you can plug it into European, American plugs. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. As well as that, when you plug it in, you get 4 USB ports as well. So you literally can take one adapter on holiday with you and charge all your shit in one go.
This is a godsend.
Bruv.
Because as a DJ, we've always been in that situation when we were using our laptop Serato and we forgot our adapter when we were playing abroad.
Exactly. We've got a guest coming in for someone else in the office. It's not for us, is it?
Could be.
Anyway, so yeah. So like a godsend to DJs, you're saying? Yeah. Go on. Can you describe what you see, Funk? I don't know if I did a good job of describing it well enough.
So literally, it has got a charging port for the power AC cable of a MacBook Pro. It's also got the 2 plug, which I found that is it us and Greece apparently are the only ones that use the free pin. Yeah. So it's got that also, and 1, 2, 3, 4 USB ports.
Yeah, so
you're
basically
pretty much sorted.
Yeah, so it allows for worldwide charging of your MacBook Pro. Nice. But you also get 4 ports with 4 amp USB charging, so you can plug in iPads, iPhones, tablets. And it's one of those things that I thought would never exist because it's so flipping obvious.
Yeah.
I was like, can someone not just make a plug with loads of USBs on it? And you always go to, when you go traveling, you go to the airport and you realize you're going foreign and you need to get something to charge up your phone with.
Yeah. And you're met with gasps like,
yeah,
what a ridiculous idea.
Yeah. Or they go, we have this one here where you can plug in 2 USB things for $169.99.
Exactly. Well, they definitely try to upsell you.
Yeah. But this is about 45 quid, I think, UK. And it's just simple. It's just one adapter. You can bring your laptop on holiday with you. You don't need to plug your laptop in to charge all your USB stuff. You can just plug that in, charge 4 things via USB. So let's be honest, if you go on holiday, that's real. If you go with a partner, that's your mobile phones. One of you might have a tablet, the other one might have a camera or something that charges via USB.
It's kind of the answer we've all been waiting for. Remember that TV remote control in the 90s? It was called All for One.
Yes. Yes.
And literally, there was a remote control in the 90s. It was called All for One. That was how it was branded, and it was basically designed to combat the problem of having a remote for your TV, a remote for your VCR, a remote for your sound system, and all for one. Literally, it synced. At the time, it was using infrared. It synced all the infrared signals in one place, and you had one remote control, master remote, all for one.
All for one. It was all, and then the number 4, and then 1 in red writing. I remember I got a mate that used to sneak that into school, and we used to have these old school. This is age talking now. We used to have these old school sort of trolleys with a big TV on the top. You know what I mean, Funk? And inside the TV cabinet was the television, obviously, and then a VCR player.
Yeah.
So a VCR is obviously. Wait, let's do an age check. Molly, do you know what a videotape is? Okay, Molly had a video.
Molly, you lying?
Do you know what a videotape does?
Yes, I've still got all my old videos.
She says she's got old video. They're not old. They're just classic. Okay, so Molly understands what a VHS
They're
video
vintage.
is. Vintage, yeah. So yeah, they used to bring them out, but we had one kid that he brought the all-in-one remote to school. No, it wasn't all-in-one remote. He had the watch.
I had the watch as well.
Did you have the watch?
Yeah, I had the watch, the Casio watch. Yeah. And literally, with the Casio watch, you get a little booklet, and it had all the codes for whatever the manufacturer of the TV was.
Yeah.
So if it was Sony, Mitsubishi, Hitachi, Telefunken, you would have all these little 3-digit codes which you'd synchronize, and then you'd be able to turn over the TV or the VCR. And my teacher used to lose his shit. He used to think there was a ghost in the room. What's going on here? Who's doing this?
Yeah.
If you don't own up, you're all having detention.
And everyone's just going,
Yeah.
what? It's not us. It's not us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Turning the volume down really low. But no, really loud and then really low. And then really loud and then really low. And then you're watching the teacher go, something fishy's going on here.
Yeah.
But anyway, where was I at? Yeah, so by the way, we just spoke about 2 things that cost money. This next thing doesn't. It's a free app. Because, I do like my freeness. And I do know that it works on Android as well as iOS, because
Freemium.
I've obviously been on the Android side of the water for a little while. It's called Alarmy. It's a free app. Alarmy.
Related to salami.
It's not about salami. It's not for people that are barmy. Nothing to do with the army. It's an alarm app which takes the whole idea of your alarm clock and spins it on its head. May I ask you how your alarm wakes you up most days?
It doesn't. It really doesn't. Even this morning, what do
you do? Are you up before it, or you tell it to shut up?
I was tapping snooze like I was playing like Mario Run. Like,
are you a serial snoozer?
Yeah, man.
How long is your snooze? I can tell a lot about a person from the length of their snooze.
Well, I'm not as bad as some people. Some people have got like consecutive alarms which they set so that it's basically they're the ones that don't trust themselves.
Yeah,
they actually turn their alarm off, and then they need another alarm to kind of wake them up. Like I just hit snooze, and then I think it gives me another like 20 minutes.
You do 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I do a 9-minute snooze.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Just 9.
What a random. Why not 10?
I don't know. It just felt like too long. 8 too short. 9. I'll have that. Give me the choice. I might make it, innit? If there was only 5 or 10 minutes, who knows? I'd be at 10. But 9 was there, so I took it.
I think you have to have a military background if you actually listen to your alarm, because I don't know anyone who lives a normal life who wakes up dead on when their alarm kind of goes off.
Sometimes I do, and you know what? You feel better.
That
if you
level
just
of
get
discipline.
Up. Yeah. Attention. Do you remember when it was a really cool thing to have music as your ringtone? You could also have music as your alarm clock.
Yeah.
My mate Chelsea, she used to have "Pow" as her alarm clock.
Yeah, that'll wake you up.
She was that bad at getting up in the morning. She used to have "Pow" by Lethal B. I was like, seriously? Could you imagine waking up? Could you imagine like in the morning?
I think they need to look into the health.
Or waking up in the morning to this?
The health consequences. I'm sure that doesn't do good things for your heart.
Your heart attack. Just the instrument. It just sounds like danger. Oh man. So anyway, this app Alarmy, what it does is it takes the concept of alarms and kind of puts a little twist on it. So it's not just noise that wakes you up. It is noise that initially wakes you up, but you also have a different set of options when you have your alarm go off. There's different options you can have for the way you deactivate your alarm.
Get up.
So one of them...
Get up now. You're late.
One of them is you have to take a picture. So like, for example, you go into your bathroom or somewhere like, go into your bathroom, for example, if it's next to your room, or you go outside your room, you take a picture of the wall or a pair of trainers that are outside your room, your alarm will not go off until you get up and take a picture that looks very similar to that one.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I tried it out. I tried to fool it as well. And
so you have to do crypto factor to actually like.
You literally, so you pick a picture of something. So for example, you could take a picture of the doorknob on the outside of your room.
Yeah.
Granted, it's not the same as the one on the inside of your room. And then you have to get up and get out your room to turn off the alarm. That's one thing.
That's some cold ass shit, man. So to switch off your alarm, you've got to do some Takeshi's Castle tasks. Like
I think it's
steal the crown jewels, otherwise your alarm won't go off. Kind of.
Yeah. Imagine if you set the pictures all the way downstairs outside your house.
Oh my goodness.
Terrible. And the next one is shake. You can choose that. You have to shake your phone a number of times. You can choose whether it's a light shake, a medium shake, or like a really vigorous shake. Yeah. So you have to like shake your phone till the number goes up to 30 or whatever, or 60 or whatever.
Do you know what would be really cool? If the Mission Impossible music played as you did this.
No, just normal alarm music plays as you're doing it. The next one is I tried. Those two were all right, yeah?
Yeah.
This next one I hated. Solve a maths problem.
Okay.
It gives you, so you imagine that, you're tired, you wake up and it gives you something like, what's 53 plus 7 minus 4?
And if you don't get it right,
the alarm doesn't stop.
Damn it.
Bruv.
Damn my F in GCSE maths.
Yeah. There are different settings on it, and believe I had to put it on easy. But yeah, it did work. It does wake me up. It pissed me off a little bit because I was like, why are you doing this to me? But at the same time, it did work. I don't think. Do you think it's
literally too abrupt a wake up call to be woken up mentally in that fashion?
I mean, I think it's a bit because you're doing it to yourself.
Yeah.
You kind of can't be angry at the app because you set it up. And I tried my best. I even tried to like just close the app quickly and see if I could like cancel the app and delete it, like close the app. It didn't let me do it. Not on my BlackBerry anyway. It kind of, when I did it and I thought it succeeded, it snoozed it for like 60 seconds and then came back with a vengeance. Yeah. So would you use something like that? Alarmy?
I think it's very interesting. I think if you're one of those people that want to kind of get into the day as soon as possible, I think that is the perfect app for it.
But you're not going to use it, basically.
No.
That's what you're saying. Alarmy.
That's why I started with. If you're one of those people, those people over there.
All right. Well, anyway, Funk, to the world of tech now. What do you think that is?
A xylophone that controls your mind.
That is the sound of a robot called Shimon. It's actually called Shimon, but I saw it, I was like, Shimon. It's a musical robot with 4 arms, and they've programmed it with some AI, and it can now compose its own original music. It's been in development for some years, but it's now got to the stage where you can hear stuff that I just showed you, where it's compiled its own music using deep learning to create 2 30-second pieces of original tunage
composed entirely from xylophones Where's the kick drum, Shimon? I can't hear no bass.
It's got 4 arms. Lay it off.
You don't need 4 hours to play xylophone.
So yeah, Georgia Tech researchers say that the pieces sound like a cross between jazz and classical music.
Nearly choked on my microphone.
I mean, is there a jazzy? Let's have that from. Is there a jazzy little element to that? Or does it sound like a kid just hitting a xylophone?
Yeah, I'm sure if you've got enough drugs in your system, that can sound a bit like some Miles Davis and James Brown. With enough drugs.
Hit me with a drop. As well as using deep learning, Shimon also uses computer vision for its robot head to detect what notes it should be playing.
Okay.
So this leads me on to like sort of thinking about AI. Should we be thinking about using AI in more situations other than just like, let's use AI to drive a car? Let's use AI to decide how our traffic lights work. Should we be thinking about using AI for more creative things? plane above. Yeah, doesn't matter. Carry on.
Well, that's the thing with AI. I feel like, me personally, my opinion, which I've had for quite a while now, is that AI is going to struggle with the interpretation of the creative fields, because they're not binary, and obviously computers operate in zeros and ones. So trying to teach a computer how to compile or compose music, which is obviously subjective. I mean, even now there's stuff in the charts which people think is absolutely rubbish, and other people think is absolutely great. And teaching a software, an algorithm, to differentiate and find that middle road to just kind of develop something. Because even me, myself as a producer, you obviously make stuff which you know won't be everyone's cup of tea, but you still have to kind of progress forward and make it. Now, I don't know how a computer would interpret that, because obviously a computer is looking for the right decision as opposed to there being an indifference. So AI, I still feel it's going to struggle with that aspect. Same thing like what we're talking about with sense of humor and sarcasm. AI is going to struggle with that, because there is that middle area, that grey area, which there is no right or wrong when it comes to sarcasm or jokes or humour. And the same thing with music and art in general.
Even humans get humour terribly wrong sometimes. You know, there's stories about jokes people crack and it just kills their whole career. Dapper laughs. That was there. He was a recent example. He cracked a joke and then that kind of wounded him his career severely. Okay. So you think there's no chance we can get a real good bit of creativeness from a computer? Or do you think it's the fact that another example of what you said is like there's some songs out there that shouldn't really be enjoyable, but we just like them? But there's certain tunes out there that are absolute pap, but when they come on in the club, you're like, you know what? Superman at home.
But this is the thing. So if this AI, if Shimon is compiling a list of all the songs that we find good and bad, how does it determine what to
sales make? What if it just went on sales? What do you think it would sound like?
Then Shimon's gonna make some
Cher, Beatles,
some Taylor Swift shit, man.
Taylor Swift. And what if it based it just on like, well then what else could you base it on? There's no other variables. You just have to go on sales, wouldn't you? Because that's the only hard data, wouldn't you? Like what makes a song popular? Sales. Yeah,
because there is no kind of,
there's no chart for how people feel about a song.
Sales is literally the opinion polls of music. That's how you determine whether or not something is liked or not. But it is not a good determining factor of what is liked, because a lot of people don't like Trump, but he still won.
This is true. I mean, could you say, so you don't think we're going to see a day where we hear this in the club?
I hope not. Otherwise, you'd be going to the bar and getting some more drinks to make the night go better.
Yeah, that's all right with me, bruv. That's all right with me. So, the talk's been around about driverless cars. I just mentioned it.
Driverless cars, is that just walking?
Yeah, that's it. Nike Air Foots. We're very close now to driverless taxis which don't need backup. There's a French firm called Transdev that said its new on-demand driverless service will be trialled on public roads from 2018. So these self-driving taxis, which don't need human backup, are almost here after a major test program that's been announced. On-demand driverless services will be trialled on public roads from 2018.
They really trying to wipe out the taxi driver like the T-Rex, isn't it? Like, make it extinct. Like, I don't understand what is the need to absolutely remove any sort of human element from the driving process.
Because we're the most dangerous element of driving, though.
Really?
Yes. If nobody drove today, there'll be no crashes.
Yeah, of course, because there'll be no cars.
Yeah. So it's us that drive them. It's us that crash them.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's human error. That's how I feel anyway. And I think if we use driverless cars, I think the level of error, there will always be error because humans make computers, so computers can't be perfect.
Yeah.
There'll be error, but there'll be loads less though. Loads less. I would feel a lot safer going on a motorway where all the cars were controlled by robots than by humans.
Okay. Until they get hacked by ransomware.
That would scare me. But then I just have to play the odds, like, not today, not me today. Or like someone hacks into it and just makes them all go on the wrong side of the road, crash into each other. That's possible.
Yeah, and the doors lock. Ah!
iRobot.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I couldn't think like that though. I'd have to just move forward.
At least there's a fail-safe in the fact that every single human in the world has the potential to kind of govern his own existence. When you flick a switch and all computers are run under one centralized hub, that's pandemonium, man.
Why?
Because it is. I mean, they've actually said that going forward after the age of kind of terrorism, the next kind of terror is going to be through cyber terror. Because
what, CISIS?
CISIS.
Is that what we're going to have to be scared of now? Yeah,
CISIS. Yeah,
cyber terror.
Yeah, kind of like computers with terrorist attributes making videos saying that we're going to kill this one, CISIS.
Do you think that a computer could actually have that sort of outlook? That could be the most effective way.
I think
if
you're combining the level of AI to the degree that we're pushing it, you're probably going to have computer with the level of AI that it believes it has religious affiliations. So you're gonna have an Islamic motherboard kind of thing. Yeah, sooner or later it's getting ridiculous. CISIS.
So for that reason, you're not on the driverless car hype yet. I still want to convince you. I feel like you have to drive. I think I want us to go on one this year.
The way you convince me is by proving to me of what would happen to avert a crisis if someone flipped the switch and all the cars went from the right side of the road to the left in this country.
I think you'd need a manual flip over, wouldn't you? Just so you could take back control. But then if that
manual flip over is probably computer related as well.
Yeah.
You know, like when you forget your password and you have to enter in the code and send it send it to another email, and we will send you a 4-digit code.
You're saying in the time that takes, a crash will have occurred. All right, what about if they had a lane, like the fast lane was now a lane you go into, and that automates. That's the automatic lane. So you pull into it.
How the hell do I get out of that car though once the doors are locked?
You don't.
Game over.
All right, fair enough. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm the sort of guy that I trust tech. I trust technology. But you really don't. I feel like you have.
No, I do trust technology. Do you know what? I mean, I've recently picked up a new motor and it's got a limiter on the car, which I feel like is amazing. And obviously, the problem being is that yes, the human driver can decide whether to switch that limiter off and on. That limiter determines at what speed is the maximum that you can drive at. And obviously, if everyone had that limiter on, there would be no crashes because that limiter says that if you're in a 30 mile per hour zone, you drive 30, if you're in 20, 20, and so forth. But again,
wait, it detects where you are.
It detects where you are using the GPS kind of thing. It detects the speed restrictions in the vicinity of where you are, and if you've got the limiter on, if you're in a 50 mile per hour zone, it limits the speed of your car to 50. It won't go any faster than that, and that is brilliant.
Is it on?
No. Which just proves my point.
Yeah.
It just proves my point. But yeah, do you know what? Do you know why it's not on? Because in the grand scheme of things, I could be getting chased by Godzilla and I need to switch that limiter off and I need to go faster. So I can't be constrained by a computer system somewhere in Luton.
Somehow I feel like the feasibility of Godzilla just turning up in Luton, I don't feel like it could really happen tomorrow.
What I'm getting at is sometimes you might need to go faster
when you're in a rush.
You seen Terminator 2?
Yeah.
Imagine if there was a limit on that car, that T-1000 would have caught them.
Oh yeah, that would have been a really short film.
Yeah.
All right. So fast cars is what you're up for. How about fast drones? There's actually a season of drone racing. It's called the Drone Racing League, and it's set to reach a climax at London's Alexandra Palace.
Okay.
Very, very soon.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're a bit too late to get into it now, but I mean, I want to take up a new sport in 2018 and not take up and play. I want to take up viewing a new sport.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I should do anything other than watch drone racing.
Okay.
Are you in with me yet? Do you
I
need
like
more
drone
detail
racing.
about
Do you
drone
know why I like
racing?
drone racing? Because I used to like they're called the Red Devils.
Yeah.
The RAF Red Devils.
Yeah.
I used to love the way the formation they used to fly in and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Is it called fly in the troop?
That's right.
Yeah.
So like my fastest drone goes at like 30 kilometers an hour, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
These ones go at 130 kilometers per hour.
Wow.
These are some fast motherfucking drones. And it's not just people with remote controls and like a wonky aerial thing. They've got these special goggles that they put on.
Yeah.
And it means that they can see through the eyes of a drone.
They must be good at Wipeout on PlayStation 4.
They must be wicked at Wipeout. Wipeout, man.
Yeah. And Star Fox.
Star Fox. Yeah, or Mario Kart.
Yeah. or they could have been the person in Star Wars that had to fly the spaceship through that narrow gap.
Oh yeah,
in the
fire
Death
into
Star.
the exhaust into the exhaust port or whatever it
Of
was.
the Death Star,
Of
yeah.
the Death Star. Yeah, so 130 miles an hour whizzing around these like big courses. I'm up for it. I feel like there's one thing missing from drone racing leagues,
Okay.
and that is
Explosions and death.
yes.
I knew it.
Not actual death of people, but like, why aren't they putting little rocket launchers and guns and chainsaws? You know what I mean? Like one like
Because
you know,
that's called Robot Wars. There's already a show for that.
flying robot wars. Could you imagine like somebody look using these goggles where they get the POV line of sight from the drone, and they use it to like lock onto a target and like fire. I don't know, an arrow with fire on it.
You lose.
I'd love that, man. I'd love that, or something like I don't know, like a oil spray behind it to get someone behind it. And
Yeah.
like,
It's all fun and games until one of these guys' aim isn't on point and one of the rocket launchers hits someone in the crowd. Ah!
yeah, everyone's got to sign a disclaimer, innit?
Yeah.
Just got to sign a disclaimer. Standard.
My eyes.
And yeah, man, I want some sort of level of carnage.
Hold on, are we switching roles here? I'm supposed to be the
Yeah, when it's robots, I love a bit of destruction. I love robots tearing each other apart. The guts of the robot, like petrol spillage, oil spillage.
You turned into funk today.
Yeah. Oh man. Anyway, we have to wrap this episode early. I think the next episode we do, which is a long one, we should try and make it an hour because I'd love to stay around longer. We've got like 10 more minutes, but we've got to fly somewhere else because we're actually killing some time. Well, we're going to attempt to kill time doing something for the second time.
Yeah.
Let's hope it works. If it's successful, should we put it out this week or while it's still warm?
Mm-hmm.
It's a good idea for something that you should do in the summer if you're in the UK, but you can also do it anywhere in the world, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to be warm all week anyway. So.
Yeah, you'll have your own version of this wherever you are in the world. Hopefully, wherever you are in the world.
I mean, if you're near the equator, like this doesn't really affect you. It's just hot all the time.
It's just weather, isn't it? It's just normal.
Yeah.
What's the weather like?
30, 50 degrees.
Yeah, you know. But yeah, once again, don't forget we're going to be at the Shout Out Live Festival as well. That's going to be on the 5th of August from 11 in the morning till 9 at night. To get all of your tickets, make sure you go to the website.
Yes. And get us, follow us on all the socials, howtokillanhour.com/blog. If you want to get more info on the stuff we've been talking about.
Yeah.
How to Kill an Hour.
Oh yeah, we got a website as well, howtokillanhour.com. Yeah. It's
How
really
to Kill
good.
an Hour on Insta, How to Kill an Hour on Twitter.
Yeah.
Search How to Kill an Hour on Facebook.
Yeah. Got some cool last vids up on the Facebook as well.
Yeah. Hit that share button.
Yeah, share and like. That's it. solivefestival.com. So join us at How to Kill an Hour. Loads of other acts as well, like the Millennials, Brilliant Idiots, Mostly Lit. It's gonna be lit, man. Plenty of ways to kill some time out there. Thank you for killing some time with us. I've been Marcus Bronzy.
I've been Funk Butcher.
Ciao.